the meeting on June 12th in Singapore. It went very well. It's really a get-to-know-you kind of a situation.
President Donald Trump will soon meet North Korea's Kim Jong-un in Singapore. It's the first ever meeting between the sitting leaders of these longtime enemies. For Trump, his job will be to persuade Kim to give up his nuclear arsenal.
We remain determined to achieve a denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula.
The regime has tested 6 nuclear bombs since 2006. It now claims to have missiles that can reach the continental US.
대륙간 탄도로켓 화성 15형 무기 체계는 미국 본토 전역을 타격할 수 있는 초대형 중량급 핵탄두 장착이 가능한 대륙간 탄도로켓으로서
Trump has threatened fire and fury in response, while the United Nations has increased pressure through strict new sanctions. Together, these seem to have brought Kim to the negotiating table. He's already destroyed his only known nuclear testing site and agreed to restart family reunions with South Korea. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has said that the US would provide regime security and help North Korea develop its economy if it gives up its nukes.
If the North Koreans are prepared, in fact, to denuclearize, this includes all elements of their nuclear program. If we convince them of that, then in fact their security is greater.
But distrust of America runs deep in Pyongyang. It signed denuclearization agreements in 1992, 1994, 2005, and 2012, but backtracked on all of them. North Korea describes itself as a nuclear-armed state. Nuclear weapons also form part of Kim's key political philosophy. Experts fear Kim is simply seeking sanctions relief, but, once again, will not follow through with full nuclear disarmament. US officials insist North Korea won't get economic benefits until it completely abandons its nukes.
If North Korea takes bold action to quickly denuclearize, the United States is prepared to work with North Korea to achieve prosperity on the par with our South Korean friends.
China's role will be key. Beijing is a historic ally of Pyongyang. Although relations have soured in recent years, 90% of all North Korean trade passes over their shared border. This means China must enforce sanctions to maintain the pressure on North Korea. In March, Kim travelled to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing by train in his first foreign trip as leader. The two leaders met again in May. The visits were widely seen as strengthening the relationship between the two neighbours ahead of the summit with the US. But Trump has taken aim at Chinese trade in recent weeks, threatening to impose tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese products. The question is whether Washington can keep being tough with Beijing on trade, but also persuading Xi to keep the screws tight on North Korea.